Hi there, my name's Duncan. I'm the Chief Winemaker at Giesen Group Wines, and I want to introduce you to a wine of ours called the Uncharted Sauvignon Blanc, 2020 vintage. And we've chosen the sub-region for this wine as the Arbitrary Valley. Now, what's special about the Arbitrary Valley is it's a slightly different sub-region to the classic Marlborough region. It's to the south of the main part of the Marlborough region, and it's slightly higher altitude. And what that means is it's slightly cooler, and particularly you've got slightly heavier soils. What that does to the wine is it gives the wine a sort of a herbal edge, which is really fantastic. It's very, very distinctive. I think back to some of the great Marlborough Sauvignon Blancs when they first came out to the market and caused so much excitement. Some of those great examples had that beautiful herbal edge to them. That's what we're trying to capture here in this wine, is going back a bit in time, really capture those beautiful herbal aromatics. Of course, Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc as well is famed for its tropical flavours, so we do want to see some of that in this wine as well. And we make sure we choose sub-blocks that show both the herbal characteristics and the tropical characteristics that are really famous for Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. What we've done with the winemaking is very, very straightforward. With this particular wine, we really want the regionality to come through and the grape variety to come through. So we don't want to complicate it with too much winemaking. We do, however, put a little bit of barrel fermentation into this wine. It's a very small percentage. All that does is it doesn't bring oaky flavour. It just brings a really lovely richness and texture and freshness to the wine. Just makes you, when you sip it, you just go, oh, there's something else there that I wasn't expecting. Well, I suppose before we go on, we should have a taste and see what we think of the wine. So for me, straight away on the nose, it's inherently Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. It's got that really pungent aroma of fresh herbs, passion fruit, pineapple, but especially those herbal characteristics, wild basil, even Kefir lime leaf really show through, and that's the characteristic character of the Arbitrary Valley which separates it. I get some lovely green pineapple here as well. I think something that's lovely about the Arbitrary Valley is you get those tropical characters, but they're slightly greener and it's really fresh and inviting. A little bit of grapefruit there as well. Well, if there's one word that describes the palate of this wine, it's vibrant. Really, really vibrant. It's a burst of flavour and it's super fresh. That cooler climate that we get in the Arbitrary Valley, in particular the fact that we have cooler nighttime temperatures, means that the acidity is retained really nicely, and that acidity just gives you a burst of flavour on the palate. It's also quite influenced by the sea in the Arbitrary Valley, and that means that you get a bit of a subtle minerality coming from the salt air. It just gives it a bit of X factor that perhaps you weren't expecting. The wine has really fantastic length, and to me it really personifies Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc, and particularly it personifies the region of the Arbitrary. For me, this wine, it really, really is great on its own, but it loves to be drunk with food. It's so fresh, and that acidity just cuts through some really lovely, strong flavours. I actually really like it with smoked trout. The saltiness and the smokiness of the smoked trout is really complemented by the beautiful acidity in this wine. If you serve that smoked trout with some fresh peas and some new seasoned potatoes, some of those herbal characteristics coming out of the wine are really going to marry up with the herbal characteristics of the dish. It's making me salivate thinking about it. It's a really nice way to drink this wine, and I hope you enjoy it yourselves.